Hello and welcome to Yasa TV. Welcome back to the channel. Isak to Liverpool. Here we go. We got the here we go at it's a midnight, 1 a.m. I think we got the here we go. But I was in bed, I was not gonna get out of bed. Do you know what I'm saying? I was about to fall asleep as well when I got the notification, and I was like, oh, I can't, because I still had to do the thumbnail and everything. But listen, before I get into it, make sure you're hitting the like, subscribe to the channel. I think like 66.9% of people are not subscribed. Support the channel. We're on the way to 1K. Let's get it. Come on, people. Now let's get back into it. Isak to Liverpool. Obviously, this saga's been one of the craziest sagas that I can remember. Obviously now we had the 1 day saga of Jackson, but it's nowhere near what we've seen with Isak. Do you know what I mean? You heard rumors about interest from Liverpool. Then we were linked to him for probably not even a day, and then that was put aside, and that was rubbished. And then from there on, we started seeing Isak not behaving in the right way, in my opinion. But at the same time, I've also kept it the same. I've always said that we can't, as someone who's not there, I can't come and make all these reasons why I think he's not doing this and he's not doing that. The only thing that I can say so far is that he's contracted to the club, so he should be behaving a certain way, acting professional, all of that. Now, I don't know what's been happening in terms of, has he been promised things? We've seen that before with Harry Kane. Like, it doesn't always go your way. So if you have been promising things, make sure you put it in writing to make sure you're backing yourself. But all that aside, he's literally done his medical today, and also he's. Let me show you guys this anyway. Let me do this one. Yeah, so I think, yeah, quarter past that. Yeah, literally midnight, 12:15. Alexander to Liverpool. Here we go. The deal, 130 million. Agreed now for 130 million transfer fee. Record move for the Premier League. Isak on his way today for medical test as new Liverpool player. And then I think Indy Kyler posted something about all the paperwork and everything's been signed. So listen, for Liverpool, this is a great transfer window. This is a transfer window where they've got players in positions, you know, this is people's dream transfer window almost. Do you know what I mean? Now, I'm used to being someone who's seen their club spend money. So for us, at some point you're like, okay, get the players that you need, and you get the players that you need. And for Liverpool being they have seen themselves spend money before, but not like this, and also not getting players that they need, that also elevates the club. Like, this sets them in a position where they can with confidence say that they may have the best squad in the league, as in balance, level of players, all of that. And now I am recording this literally. Let me just double check. 6:30, 6:41 in the evening. So there's literally 20 minutes left for deadline day to be over for. So for me, we're still hearing rumors about the Gay deal not being over the line. He's done his medical, but there's issues with Crystal Palace getting the replacement for Gahey. So that's stalling the deal, and it can potentially not happen if it's too late. So we'll see what happens with that one. But in the meantime, Isak's done. And yeah, man, like I said in on the thumbnail, is the rest of the league actually ready for this? Do you know what I mean? I always back my team against any team in the league. I've always seen my team do really well. I've seen my team beat all these teams that people always rave about. I've seen my team be the underdog and win. I've seen my team win league titles. So it's not one of those things where I'm coming from it and saying, oh no, we will beat them maybe in the next 3 years. But this is a super team now. If it all clicks, this can become that dominant team, that City was, or like it's their turn now. Does that make sense? However, I think we're the closest one. City's having a bit of issues, but if they turn it around, I think that they can be a big challenger as well, because of the experience in the team. I know they've bought a lot of players. Pep's not looking good for him right now, But if they manage to get over it and actually do what we expect from a City team and win like a long run of games, they can be a very big problem. But in the meantime, it looks like Liverpool's going to run away with it. They ran away with it last season. I think Arsenal was never really in the title race last season, and I don't really think they're in one this season. Do you know what I mean? Unless they prove us wrong, that's a different question. But going back to Isak, I think he's a great player, great addition for Liverpool. They now have Isak and Ekitike up front, whereas other teams would have been just happy and proud to just have Ekitike up front. So to have Ekitike and Isak up front is great for them. You know, a lot of people say injury this, injury that, and this is why they have someone like Ekitike. Do you know what I'm saying? So it would help. And I think if they manage his minutes, I don't think Isak needs to necessarily play all the games 90 minutes, 90 minutes. So like, you know, if they could play him 60 minutes, take him off, play Ekitike if they're already 3-0 up, 2-0 up. You know what I mean? It gets both the strikers to play. And it would be a great addition, like I said, man. It's dangerous. I mean, dangerous. What they're building at Liverpool's dangerous. And being a Chelsea fan, I'm looking at it as a Chelsea fan, and we never got a centre back. We never got a goalkeeper. We never got a. Do you know what I mean? We didn't even get a backup striker. We let Jackson go to Bayern Munich, and we haven't gotten anyone else in. So listen, it's great business from Liverpool this season. I think they finally have found out how it feels to actually spend money. Yeah, now they're not moaning about how much money they spend, but now people are looking at them like they're doing wrong things in the league. Do you know what I mean? So, look, it's a great signing for Liverpool. It is going to be a dangerous signing for the league, for the rest of the league. You know what I mean? Now you have to, you not just have to look out for someone like words behind Isak and Gakpo on the left, who I believe is highly underrated by all Liverpool fans and rival fans. They make it look like he doesn't do anything on the left. And then obviously you have Salah on the right. So, listen, that team, if they add Gay, I feel like it's going to be a big, like a very, very difficult team to deal with. I mean, we really gave them a game last season at Anfield when we weren't as good as we are now, especially with the strikers. I mean, Delap's injured, but with like a job what João Pedro's doing up front, we didn't have that at the time. And obviously we have a bit more options now with Estava and stuff like that. So I'll still back my team to go there and get a result. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll still go there and still aim to get a win. Do you know what I mean? I don't do this thing about going Anfield and hoping for a draw. But it's going to take a lot of teams to do a lot of business to get themselves not just close to what Liverpool have built right now, but also to do enough to actually, you know, go past them as well. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is what is dangerous. You know what I mean? Listen, the word's dangerous. Do you know what I mean? But listen, big up to everyone that's tuned in. Make sure you're liking and subscribing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What's your thoughts about the signing? Do you think it's going to be a successful signing? And I also know a lot of people think because it's Isak and because he's proven in the league and whatever is going to be a successful signing. We don't know that, and I'm not saying that to imply that it won't be, but it's just, you know, well, Messi went to PSG. A lot of people thought no way he's failing or it's not going to be a great signing, and at the end it was like it wasn't a good enough signing. There's a lot of players that we thought would do great in this league and never did. So, or they move to a certain club and don't end up doing great. You know, what I mean, I always remember Fernando Torres as someone that's one of them. So nothing's guaranteed. I do still, like, when it comes to my opinion, I think he will do great. But we'll get to see it, man. I think now it's becoming like him and Haaland, you know what I mean? Saying the best strikers in the league. And then after that, I'd probably say, on top of my head, it's probably João Pedro. And then probably even like it goes down to like a Mateta. Do you know what I mean? And then Watkins and that. You know what I mean? Unless I forgot someone else. Do you know what I mean? Chris Wood and them, man. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens anyway. And yeah, man. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you're liking and subscribing. And I see you guys in the next one. Peace.